All right. Looking at everything, looks like we're good to go. It's been a hot second since I've done PvP commentary. I'm just checking off a few things right now just to make sure everything's good to go on my end. Cool. I've been buried in mission dev and editing today, to be perfectly honest. So I've been a bit slow on the draw with everything, but, you know, just enjoying myself nonetheless. Just multitasking a bunch of things, having to make a bunch of schedule changes as well. Just, so much to do, so little time. All right. We'll see how today's scenario goes. So, it's been, I think, 2 or 3 weeks since we've covered High Command. They were at their midway hiatus, which we covered a few rounds of those, which they went a bit more FNF-like. Multiple rounds over the course of a 2-3 hour session. But they are back to the second half of their season, again, focusing on Commander PvP here. So it's Cats and Settler today. Cats is going to be on blue 4, attacking first. Settler on OpFor on defense. Let me go ahead and put the prediction up for you guys. And we'll get started with all of that. So, HK match. I'm just going to put a J in there. Blue 4. And then OpFor Cat. We'll set it for... yeah, we can do 15, because I think we're going to loiter in here for a bit. And we'll go ahead and have a look at how the operation will be broken down today. If I were to scroll down, I can pull up the Discord for you guys, and we can go over how the mission's going to be run today. All right, so Mission 8 for the season. This is going to be U.S. Delta Force versus the 77 Special Forces Brigade, which is Chinese. So U.S. versus China, U.S. on blue 4, OpFor on China. Otherwise, looks like the round just officially begun, and it's... okay, I was about to say, is this a night up? No, it just put me in the middle of the freaking ocean. Alright, hitting all my buttons here, making sure we're all calibrated for everything. Let me check just a few more things. Yeah, right, we're good. Cool. Alright, so here's how things are going to go. So there are a total of 10 points on the board. There are 4 objectives in this scenario. So there are 2 ammo caches. One tucked away on that frigate, and then one tucked away over to the left here at this little dry dock area. Each of those caches are worth 2 points. Then you have terminals, which are interior to here, which are worth 3 points apiece. That makes 10 points total. So that means there's going to be a 5-point potential split here. So in the event that, let's say, blue 4 gets both of the caches, which are worth 2 points apiece, that is 4 points to 6 points because the 2 terminals are worth 3 points apiece. That would mean it's still an OpFor victory. If blue 4 gets, let's say, a terminal, a cache, and another cache, that would be 7 points. That's a blue 4 victory. And if OpFor, let's say, holds a terminal and a cache, but blue 4 takes a cache and a terminal, that's a 5.5 split. Which means we would just refund the poll, because that's a tied game at that point. Otherwise, pretty big AO for what we're working with here. Otherwise, assets here are going to be, for blue 4, a sapper team, a sniper team, 3 M2, M1220s, and the commander gets a choice of the following: 4 STVs and diving gear plus an AR-2 darter, an AH-6 Little Bird with an MH-6 Little Bird, an M1220 Crow M2, and 6 MRZRs with a up-armored SOCOM Humvee. I want to see if we can potentially see those on the map here. Here they are. So it's either this with a SOCOM Humvee, an MRAP with a Crow 50 cal, or an AH-6 Little Bird with both twin 7.62 pylons, and then a transport helicopter, and then their 4th choice is all the way down here. It's the SDVs, and it looks like they're actually going to go for the SDVs. I'm going to be honest, in this situation, I would pick the Crow every single time and just rock that as a command vehicle with the sniper team, put it on this hill, and just snipe people with that 50 cal every day. That thing is such an overpowered weapon, especially if it has thermals. Meanwhile, scrolling down to the OpFor side, they also have a sapper team and a sniper team. They also get an Otokar Arma, which is the vanilla MRAP, which is right here. They take the turret off. 2 Gaz Tigers, 2 M2 Statics, and a BRDM for free. And then their choices are between a BTR-80 Alpha, which that looks like what they've already chosen here. We have a Quillen with another APC transport, but those are unarmed. Or they can take, what the heck is this? A Z11WA FFA, and I can't tell if it's armed or not. It doesn't look like, no, it looks like it's got some rudimentary rocket pods there, but I guess they're of low ordnance. But that would be good for aerial scouting, but it looks like they're going to go for, or they could go with 3 scoped M2 statics. These aren't scoped, though. These are just holographics. And then the box would have an RPG-32 with 4 rockets. Interesting. But otherwise, that is the asset divide. Let's go ahead and break everything down. Not watching Gamescom? I have no idea what that is. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at what we have here. So this is a breakdown of everything to hit, the terminals, and the FIA caches. OpFor, of course, has to defend everything. Mission briefing here, 1,500 meters of render distance, fortify points at 175. Fortify color is going to be green, which is interesting because it's more of a tan map, but I digress. And it's a 55-minute round. Otherwise, Blue 4, again, they're US Delta Force, so we've got up just basically M4 platforms with Mark 11 marksman rifles, some sort of skeletal stocked M249 platform, AT4s, and then their sniper is going to be some sort of 12.7 KPSV, because I guess they wanted that for balance instead of giving them like an M107. Otherwise, they are just getting, I believe, the 1220s and then some transport ones. This, I think, is a glitch. They're not supposed to have that unless they select it, which they did not for this operation. Otherwise, loadout for OpFor, the Chinese forces, they've got their version of the PKM. They've got that QZ bullpup weapon that's chambered in 5.8. Otherwise, they've got the marksman variant of that weapon, an RPG-7, and then their own 12.7 sniper rifle. They've got some statics, some unarmed gazes, the BRDM I mentioned, and then the Otakar APC, which is just a vanilla APC retextured. Otherwise, put my render distance up to about 1.5 clicks. Let's go ahead and look at the player base. So Katz is going to be leading Blue 4. Puma is going to be his 2IC. Nemesis, Iander, SL Dream, Yanni, Malin, and Cullis all loading up into an MRAP, which actually... Oh, no, I digress. They are given 50 cal MRAPs. Huh, it didn't say that in the breakdown, so they get a 50 cal MRAP and they get one of these. Did they... Yeah, they still chose those, so I guess they get one of those for free. So that thing is really, really overpowered, so we'll see how things go with that. NASA Cuboid and Demovar, also grouped up Charlie 2, Delta 2 as Twicking Pi, Jasper, Cambridge, and Crazy, Eric Kiru, Ash, and Tackleberry, and Echo 2. Foxtrot is going to be our sneaky team here. It's Fawn, Snatchbear, Goose T, Salt, Bursty, Henry, Nuzzy, and Toms. And then Golf 1 is Rigel, PHK, and Zixme. Zixme going to be that sniper with the 408. I don't know why they showed the 12.7. I knew it wasn't the 12.7, but they went with the 408 instead of the 50 cal. I would think the 50 cal, the M107, would pair better against the Cave SVK, but not my event. Otherwise, Settler going to be commanding OpFor, Curie, Jesco, Mac Marine, BJ, Lolo, and Sam, all under Alpha 1. Boyer 1 has Oddball, Watts, Whiteside, Killer J, and Twins. Chekhov 1 has Wikicords, Grishilski, Maxic, Deadpool, and Templar. Dima has Kremet, Damien, Cheeseburger, Barros, Emil, and Horno. Elena has Depso and Rizbo, and then Gregory has Adrisip, Gerald, Skipu, Micah's Watchdeck, Mitsiaka, I butchered that, Default, and Boyers has Dewitson alone and Boyer too. Otherwise, pretty interesting spread to go with here. We immediately see the 80 Alpha coming up here, and I think they're looking to see if the SVDs are potentially coming out of the harbor, or just to watch the south side, but we'll see if they try to do any long-range engagements. From there, the SDVs are just out of their render range. But I need to tab out real quick just to mute locally, because otherwise they can hear me when I'm dead. Ilbenek's still working on a fix for that plugin. But we'll see if that BTR-80 Alpha decides to press on. Otherwise, we do have a Gaz. It's a team of 6 coming out on the big side over here. I'm a little worried about OpFor pulling so far away from the actual objectives themselves. That could weaken their ability to actually hold the objectives, but I can see why they're being aggressive with everything. Depso has flown off over here. I think he's dealing with some like admin thing at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. But regardless, you do have this little building right here. This has the cache in it. The other one appears to be tucked away down the dry dock, and then you got the 2 terminals looking at them. One is specifically marked on the map. I think all objectives are actually specifically marked on the map. Both are just kind of in the middle of the shipping container areas here. Otherwise, Blue 4, we have them setting up right here. They've got some Overwatch with their 50 cals, both on the turret and the Crow system. You gotta remember that Crow can also zoom in to quite a range. But we'll just have to see what they decide to do with it. OpFor could be in a decent position to ambush, though. And we'll also see if that 80 Alpha gets redirected to also potentially ambush. But Blue 4 looks like they're divided amongst two pincers here. And then we've got a group all the way back here. Looks like it's the sniper team. I'm surprised the sniper team wasn't given a Vic to move around with her, instead going on foot. So they're going to be way behind the main infantry force coming in. Yes, that's a hydrate. I get you. Ghost Wolf, are you free any time between today and Friday? Because I'm having the itch. Anyway, GL going out. This ambush is starting off. Blue 4. GL gets overranged. Yanni is knocked out. 50 cals immediately turning. AT went overhead. The Crow is desperately trying to get some pickoffs here. But it is slightly overranged. RPG goes in. We got multiple knockouts all around the vehicle. And that Crow is just not being effective. It did get one kill, but we got 3 knockouts all around. The entirety of this team is mostly uncon. I'm waiting to see if that 80 Alpha comes around and assists. Meanwhile, Blue Fort looks like they charged right into an ambush on the western side. Their vehicle was immediately hit with AT. And OpFor immediately pushed and engaged a big chunk of that infantry force. BRDM is now chasing down the MRAP as the 80 Alpha starts assaulting it from the other side. That only has 3 people in it. They've lost the front wheel. And you've got the BRDM still engaging. I think I misspoke there. I thought I saw a wheel loss, but that was not the case. Both wheels are still up. They almost turned themselves over, though. And they duck into the forest. So Blue 4 right off the bat, they're forced to leave a few people behind as well. Massive casualties on Blue 4 side. OpFor only taking 1 KIA from that. However, this force is now being flanked from another element. And a lot of OpFor is now caught out of position. Blue 4 might still be able to bypass, but, I mean, with the SDV team taking so long, I don't know. I mean, we see Nemesis waking back up and running for it. He's thrown a few smoke grenades out. You got the other 50 cal on the other MRAP there, the Hold on, just watching this marksman trying to drop some people with Mac Marine. He's going for the gunner on that 50 cal because he's exposed, having to fire it manually because the Crow system bailed out. You see those shots coming in. Driver is now turned in. He is still slightly exposed at this angle. But he turned in basically to reload the weapon platform. But now you have the 80 Alpha on the move, and we have an ammo cache destroyed. It looks like Blue 4 utilized a drone and put an explosive charge on it and detonated the cache with the drone, because that was the darter drone Blue 4 got for free by taking the SVDs. So that has completely bypassed this objective, and despite Blue 4's losses, they're still able to get points on the board. Very creative by Cats. And this OpFor garrison now has nothing to defend, so we might see them just pull back and tighten the perimeter. We already see them moving some of the 50 cals here. Very interesting change-up. Meanwhile, this vehicle, the gunner might be down. Yep, I see him hunched over on the gun. It's trying to drive over. BTR-80 Alpha's giving chase. I'm surprised we're not seeing this guy take the 408 out and just try to shoot the driver through the window. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. I think he just remembered he had that gun because he just shot the guy on shotgun with a headshot. And immediately Twig King gets retribution. Only 3 people jumping out. They've got a limited window here, though, because that 80 Alpha is starting to come around. So we could see them engaged on the rear at any moment. Alexander, I think he's got AT out. Trying to get a shot on that vehicle, but he gets knocked out by Twig. BTR-80 Alpha coming around. Twig wrapping up some double taps here, but 80 Alpha is coming close. Engine still on and running in this vehicle, so they're not going to be able to hear that 80 Alpha coming along their rear. 40 goes way over. Friday Night Fights is on Fridays, buddy. Ghostwolf, I'm just wondering in case I want to do some DayZ, like today, tomorrow, Thursday, you know. DM, thank you, buddy. Just because I've been freaking up to my elbows in editing and I need a break. Alright, now the 80 Alpha's engaged and it's immediately going for the vehicle. We see some HE rounds being fired. Tweak doesn't realize he's under contact. Now he hears it as he gets down. His 2 infantrymen go prone. He's got no AT to deal with that, though. He's going to have to kill somebody to get AT, or he's going to have to try to use that 50 cal, but it might not happen. Maybe the 408 can pen, but beyond that, it's a tough call. Vehicle cooked off. Smokes are going. Now it's just a matter of can they outlast that 80 Alpha. Meanwhile, you got 3 infantry back here. You got a team in a vehicle driving up to potentially pick up the remnants of that team. OpFor trying to flank around as Mac is circling and just multi-knocking out here. Jasper is back up. Twig trying to run back. An explosion immediately deters him, and he starts taking fire from that 80 Alpha. He's trying to get down to his guys and pays for it with his life. Mac gets knocked out, I think, by some wild grenade throws. He should wake back up from that as we see the rest of OpFor trickling down. And we're just seeing bodies getting double tapped here by the 80 Alpha. And that's all she wrote. Could still see some red on red, but damn. Righto, Ghostwolf, righto. I mean, if you want, we could do it tonight, but I've got, I know after this I want to probably spend an hour, do a little bit more work, and then we can just mess around. I can make some forward progress and set up for the weekend. Hell, I'll go fish out the shrimp outfit. Why not? We'll do a shrimp outfit test. And I can figure out how we're going to do Plinko. Alright, so Blue 4 is divided into various different areas. I think Blue 4's plan is to drop off amongst various areas here and try to figure out how to then push in through, basically to get to all the sites from the rear, because they're, I think, thinking OpFor is going to be too far forward to actually be able to do anything in this AO. You had me at shrimp outfit. So SDVs are coming in. Still have that Blue 4 sniper and sapper group all the way in the back, not really doing anything. You got some Blue 4 that have pulled back. Just give you a 10-minute warning. You got it, Ghostwolf. Now, I think the Blue 4 could potentially still go for a tie game. Oh, they hear the SDV. They definitely hear the SDV. And he's immediately shot at before he can dive again. So he's going to pull away. That might turn attention over to the coast as we see another Blue 4 group starting to infiltrate in. Settler's on the roof over here trying to look around for those SDVs, but now he can potentially look down and pick people off. What's his weapon? Oh, yeah, he's got an ACOG. Wait. You can kind of hear that SDV. He just doesn't know. It's literally under his nose. Almost literally. Shark will see. I already know they added Goat Team 6's models here, but anything's possible with DayZ. Alright, so that SDV's pulling away. I think they're intentionally... So this is intentional. They're lifting up with the shield on. They're taking damage, though. They gotta be careful because those things aren't bulletproof. But they're literally just trying to draw attention here so this other Blue 4 element can infiltrate. And that's also pulling Settler's attention away, and he doesn't realize that this is bait. And it gets RPG. There were 3 dudes in there, though. I don't think that was worth the 3 guys inside to go on the surface and literally kill yourselves over, but okay. Damn. Nah, meanwhile, under Settler's nose... So Blue 4 are going to at least be able to get a tie game here by getting the terminal site. They're going to have to hold it, but I think with the amount of manpower we actually have around the AO, and OpFor doesn't have anyone to immediately go down and assist that side, I think Blue 4, we're going to at least see a tie here. Respawns are limited to 1 life per round. There are 2 rounds. At the second round, they basically switch sides. Gamers never look up and gamers never look down. Let's see where Settler's looking right now. He's just looking in the outskirts, trying to figure out if Blue 4 is going to attempt to make another vehicle rush. Little did he know that the team was right under his nose. Granted, he's got a great sniper position if he scopes out and happens to see Blue 4 making this crossing right here. But I think he's the only element that's going to potentially look at that. I don't know if Maxic potentially saw the Blue 4 guys moving around here. But I feel like if Settler knew, he would be looking in a completely different direction. Because look at where he's scoped in. He's on that hill. He sees his guys in the far corner. But he does not see the Blue 4 team infiltrating in. He still sees that SDV floating. Is he going to get tunneled on that again? Wait, hold on. Hold on. There's a Foxtrot element. Oh, he's in the water. I was about to say, is he climbing on top? No, so that boat's also infiltrating in. Settler now sees... Hold on. Bro's pulling his gun out. He sees the STVs in the water. And there's Hack 3 starting. Settler got fucking bamboozled. He literally stopped for a second and probably just facepalmed because now the notification came up for this terminal being hacked. But the fact that he just paused indicates he probably just facepalmed himself. So now he's immediately trying to get some pickoffs here. Fawn's trying to duck over. Gets hit multiple times. Eventually gets down. And there's the double tap. Now we only see one guy holding... Why is only one guy holding the terminal site? That's going to leave... Oh, okay, no. OpFor still might have this if they can find and kill Goose. If Killer J doesn't immediately check his left... What was that delayed reaction from Goose? The Goose is cooked, and now Settler can lock down this open field. Why was there only one guy on terminal security? You had 5 dudes come in, and you put one guy on the People ain't thinking. All right, meanwhile, up here, it looks like Scandy is getting a little bit of retribution here. I say that as Yanni goes down. Dream comes around, gets Curie. We need to see some double tapping shots. Bit of attack reload. There's the double tap. Cullis pushing up, gets Mac knocked out. Sam gets the retribution hit on that. See the 80 Alpha now pulling back to the terminal site, and Blue 4 is just running out of manpower at this point. They had one chance to tie the game. Hold on, they went for terminal 2? They did a force split, because I'm like, I thought they had more than 5. And I know Foxtrot 1 hasn't dismounted yet. But now look at this. Just Blue 4 is really just going for broke at this point. Meanwhile, looking back up, Dream's looking around. Sam is doing bandaging down the ridge. That's a good spot for him to watch. Dream is a medic. He's going to double tap Mac Marine and announce his presence. Sam might now push up. If Dream gets caught medicing, though, that's it for him. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Sam, though, is going to announce himself with a grenade. And Dream needs to stop what he's doing and try to figure out where that grenade came from. Yep. Looking back at the terminal sites here. We said there was a Blue 4 guy on the side that was on Overwatch. He gets picked off. Skipu tries to make a run for the terminal. Arakiru gets him. Objective 3 hack has now gone in as Blue 4's counterattack with those 3 guys. And as I was thinking earlier in the mission, OpFor had too many guys spaced out. And we see some red on red going. And this is going to slow down the QRF. Blue 4 might have just won by the skin of their teeth. We got 3 on Con. Wiki Quartz is the only guy still up. He might run down and immediately get hit by Arakiru. He has to hear those footsteps coming. He does. The hack is stopped. Nope, the hack is completed. It's a tie game now. But Blue 4 has no one around this terminal. It's GG. We can see if they go for a perfect score, but wow. And immediately Blue 4's loading up in the vehicle. And it looks like Sam got killed by either Dream. Yanni might have woken back up. Wow. Look at that comeback. Blue 4 sneaking a force in, hitting both terminals. I thought OpFor would have immediately reacted and pulled everything back to hold sector security, but they still had forces in the outskirts. And that 80 Alpha's all the way up here now instead of at the terminals. I don't know what the hell OpFor decided to do at that last second, but it wasn't a good call. Driver here's been killed. All of the Blue 4 except for Tackle Barrier down. Tackle's at an angle to not really do anything here. And there's the Act 2, Terminal 3 down. Blue 4 now at 8 points to OpFor's 2, and there's still time left on the clock. I can't believe that got fumbled by OpFor. I mean, as soon as you see a terminal gets hit, and even though they saved it because Blue 4 split their forces, OpFor should have immediately ordered all of his forces in the field to converge and do site security. And instead, they just kept it wide open. I can't believe the SDVs worked. So now there's only a cache left, but that's worth 2 points. Both of the terminals were worth 3, and then there was a cache over here worth 2 that was blown up by a drone earlier. NT, buddy, how you doing? Thank you for the raid. And once again, we see an example of Settler, his nose being too big because he literally can't see the Blue 4 right under him. So yeah, now Blue 4 are just going to try to sneak over and get to the ship, which has a decent amount of defenders, but the destroy objective's not even on the ship. And then look at this. Hold on. I think Depso's coming in here as a game admin. Yeah, all these guys are back up, and they can also engage the ship with limited stuff in their way. You got the BTR-80 Alpha going back on the hill. Medic working on Kremit. I'm assuming he got hit by friendly fire, though, because no Blue 4 were around here to make any of those shots. Yeah, righto, NT. Settler's on 2 kills, though, so you got to give him credit, but damn, his nose is too big. Got Deadpool coming down the stairs here. Tackleberry at the perfect angle not to be noticed, though. And now, yeah, literally... And I think Tackle hears him. That's amazing. Literally, Tackle came in at the perfect lucky angle not to be noticed. That's... damn. Double tapping shots also going in. Blue 4 trying to send 3 people up. White side trying to cover as a marksman on the dirt heap. But you got to remember, all you got to do is get to this building. That building has the cache in it. OpFor's got some rudimentary... What the fuck? OpFor have walled off. How are you supposed to get through that? Is it forcing them to have to use the ladders? I'm not even sure if that's fair. I don't know. This is a camp and a half. AD Alpha firing up at Blue 4. And that makes a body go flying. And it flies back down. So again, the only thing I think Blue 4 has to fight against that is that 408. Dixon's gonna have to use it like an anti-tank rifle. He's on a kill though. I'd say OpFor can rally, but they've completely blocked the AO, so it's hard to say. BTR's trying to get double tapping fire on Malin, but it looks like they're putting some really good smoke grenades on him. Oh, he's still taking shots, and the BTR was relentless. Wow, I'm curious what Whiteside's tunnel vision on, if he even saw anything. Blue 4 utilizing a bunker here to try to look at... No, he sees the back of Whiteside's head. And Whiteside gets knocked. AD Alpha now trying to go on the offensive. I think feeling comfortable because he would have been engaged by AT if these guys up here had it. Sniper rifle's been left up here. Did Zixme drop it? No, so this was the OpFor sniper rifle then. Dream's running for the AT4 that one group had. Yanni also has an AT4, and he's trying to find that AD Alpha. Blue 4 slowly pushing over their guys as OpFor still trying to rally around the previous objective, realizing it's been taken. AD Alpha, I think, engaging the ridge side. Not sure if it spotted Dream or Yanni. They're still both up, though. This is just... And then they made this little keyhole right here. Now they're trying to hit some of these guys through it. So we have a bit more Blue 4 and OpFor coming up. Looks like Settler's trying to climb down. He does so as Tackleberry... Tackleberry's watching him do it. If I was in Tackleberry's shoes, I'd just run up to Settler with the RPG and just finish it. Nope, Settler gets spotted by Henry and taken out. Smeel looking over, he's radioing it, but he's looking high now. 13 Blue 4, 18 OpFor. So is what they did on the bridge allowed, though? Now 13, 17. Exactly. One of them got RPG, too! Depso is the HK administrator here. AT going in on that position. Technically, yes, although you did consider deleting those. Fair. So basically what Blue 4 have to do is they have to jump into the harbor, cover this entryway, climb the ladder, cover that position, and then move in through the back. Commodore Sesson, thanks for the 43-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Bro's trying to keyhole the door. Well, if OpFor is able to do it now, I'd imagine Blue 4 is probably going to do the same thing next round. Samil comes up and gets taken out by Tackleberry. I cannot believe OpFor fumbled this one. They had it, and then... and then they fumbled it. AD Alpha now on the rear, trying to look down, but looking the complete wrong direction of as Blue 4 have trickled in. They haven't really been able to do a lot of assistance here. It's leaving these guys on their own. We have another OpFor member trickling in and getting killed. T now jumping in. And Mike is just trying to hold here. Got some people on the front of the boat trying to hit the Blue 4 here. That can pull some of them away. Can they not even use the ladders, though? They might not have a way up on the ship, then, if the ladders aren't usable. The ship might be too deep in the water. Because if they don't get that specific reference point, then it might not be climbable. You hear a sniper engaging from the rear. That's probably Zixme trying to hit somebody. Yep, he's trying to hit the elements around the BRDM right here. I think a 408 should be able to penetrate a BRDM, but that's just me. Yeah, they're looking for another entry point, but those are the only 2 entry points. I think that grenade immediately got caught by the water. No, it went through. It just didn't get appeared on my symbolism. Yeah, you got some climb up points right here, but... at this point, you might have to hit the thing with AT from the rear side, or maybe they... oh, they do have a sapper, though. What if they theoretically set an explosive charge here and detonated... because you can see the edge of the cache texture right here. So what if they put a satchel on the pier side, blew it, and then mag dumped the cache? That's what they might have to pull here. They do have 2 sappers here. You gotta hope they have satchels then to basically AoE this position. Then they gotta swim away to a decent distance, because there's no way up here, so they have to basically cheese the objective. Someone needs to deal with that BRDM because they're using it to overwatch. RPG was just fired into the building and actually managed to get a knockout on Nuzzy. Zixme the sniper, his building gets collapsed. Yeah, so they tried doing a charge, but they're going to have to do it on the edge right here for it to clip with the building. No! They blew themselves up. We just saw AT fired from range. It didn't penetrate into the room, though. We can see it went over a little to the right instead. But that explosive, I think, killed 2 of the infantry. There's no way for him to... okay, here we go. I think he can climb this one. There's no way he can climb this one, though. The timing of Gerald here. I don't know what I'm supposed to cover here. I mean... there's a reason in Arma 3 PvP that, you know, a lot of communities ban certain buildings, like the vanilla office building, the rooftop. You can literally camp it if it's an objective. And it only has one way up, and if there's no neighboring buildings that you can use to pick people off, it's literally impossible to assault. Unless specific assets are given. And here, I could understand if you have the dive team, but then again, that's only one of the options you can pick. If you don't have the dive team, you're just kind of scuffed. But, you know, if you have... there's not really any access to the ladder. They're firing AT, but it doesn't pen into the building. And then you literally just have this. And then it's a matter of it doesn't matter if you can climb it, it's are you going to literally climb it when your opponent can just turtle this place, utilizing little slits right here to just snipe off anyone that goes on the... It just... This one on my line of, you know, scuffed or not scuffed, this one's more on the line of scuffed. Because it relies on, do you even take a dive team out of the, 4 assets to choose from? Now, don't get me wrong, it's a blue 4 victory either way. You know, 8 points to 2 points. And I get that, Depso, I get that. All you can do is set a precedent going forward, but... And that's the same with how, you know, like the Altus office buildings did. When, you know, people started using the roofs as objectives and realizing that it was pretty overpowered. So the right team is still going to win, don't get me wrong. It's just always a bit icky when situations like these happen. Yeah, Blue 4 still won. HK is points. Each terminal was a 3-point objective, each cache was a 2-point objective, so the only one remaining for OpFor is a 2-point objective. Yeah, you can pay it out to Blue 4 now. Because they've already won. Yeah, even if it's a full wipe, it's points. It's like a hybrid system of OFCRA, but with the FNF framework, but without the FNF rule. If you wipe your opponent, you win. I will say, though, OpFor, great ambushes in the beginning. Blue 4, great bounce back with the SDV teams completely throwing OpFor through the ringer. So for a most part, this op was pretty good. This soured it a bit, but at the same time, that's only for one objective. It's not like FNF where, you know, as long as OpFor still have an objective, they win. No, that's not the case at all. So I'm slightly more forgiving about that because it can then be a commander's decision to just bypass that objective and go for the other ones. How did they pull it off? Dive teams. Literally, ground command was on here, and he didn't notice 2, and soon 3 SDVs worth of dudes just come in and take the terminals under his nose. And then the other cache over here got hit by a drone. And then, you know, one could make an argument of, you know, Blue 4 can use a drone to auto-blow up a cache. OpFor can, like, you know, completely break or block out a side. Like, I'm rationalizing it more and more in my head. And if this was FNF, I'd be calling foul. But here, it honestly is a mixed bag. I think... I'm going to be honest. I would be fine with this, actually, if this wasn't, you know, slightly scuffed. So that if you could get on the ladders, I'd be okay with it. Because that would be a second way of insertion. It would mean that you can only take this objective if you have total control of everything else, and if you don't have total control of everything else, just go for the other objectives, because that means OpFor has people in here, and these people can't really do anything to you unless you start assaulting that objective specifically. But by the time you get to that, OpFor's already lost. You know? Cats is Blue 4 command, yeah. But, you know... If there's only one way to do it, then I'm a bit more salty about it. But, you know, I think, again, if the ladders worked, it would have been fine. Because Blue 4 would have just infiltrated from the rear, and they would have had some really cool ship fighting instead. I labeled the commanders wrong? Lovely. Well, either way. Blue 4 still won. I'm just going to write Blue 4 and OpFor then. Because I can't do anything right. They can't hear me. I'm in a spectator interface. Yeah, up to you. But now we're just going to basically have this game kind of stall out to the time limit because there's just nothing that can really be done here. OpFor have finally rallied back. Blue 4 down to a handful of troops. It's GG. There will be one more round after this. but we're pretty much wrapped up here. So yeah, how the next round works is blue 4 becomes OpFor and OpFor becomes blue 4. Sucks about, oh yeah. That's another thing that happened today. The unit that I fly on Sunday evenings before we do SSS decided to dissolve. As is the norm for units. Kulla's here trying to get some snipes. Not sure if the 762 will pen, but he's definitely mag dumping anyway. I don't have anyone on multi here. As yes and no, mainly because both sides are under a platoon strength. So even if a group knew what to perfectly do with it, they wouldn't be able to do anything with it, if you know what I'm saying. So Dream has no choice but to swim. He's gonna get picked off by people. If they're paying attention. Oh my god, they might not see him. Oh. Dream, hold your breath. Oh shit, he's got a grenade launcher. Dream, look out. Oh. Oh god, Dream. Dream, you gotta get the deeper water, buddy. If they hit your back right here, you're screwed. Unless that was his only one. Is that Cullis trying to overwatch him now? Yes, it is. Why does his gun have a QR code? Does it? Or did the GL have one? Wait, whose gun had the QR code, Zelenius? Someone took the sniper, but didn't get a kill with that one shot. Az, what happens if you scan it? No, God. I want to know now. What conspiracy comes in? Cullis gets knocked out by a counter sniper. Who just won't stop shooting. Left side of scope on what the fuck? I'm checking everyone's guns. Oh, I know Az, but I'm not telling people to go and scan it. I just find it interesting that there's a way to link the site. Ay. Round one's wrapping up now. Left side of irons, gotcha. I genuinely, oh yeah, there you go. I genuinely don't know what Dream can do in this situation, but you know, he's going. Right. Can SL Dream channel his inner Audrey Hotto? Channel his inner Audrey Hotto. And he dives. AD Alpha's moving up. Who's still up here? Masano with that 408, right? And a pair of rangefinders. Oh yeah, the darter was great. Cats, I thought you'd be dead after the 2 ambushes on you guys, but good bounce back with the SDVs going under OpFor Command's nose. Good stuff. Maybe Dream could dive down, get some of the dive gear, get some of the explosives, and just, you know, blow it up. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Improvised FPV drones, man. Alright. It is time. Ooh, a salmon. What's there a salmon doing here? Why is there a salmon? I thought this was the ocean. Wait, that's where salmon go. It's like it's not Alaska though. Salmon 404. Alright, well, I got a minute since we're just taking time. Guys, I need to find a good adult-sized cat bed. Because here's the deal. So we know for DayZ, for the rest of the streams we do of DayZ for this month, I'm going to be putting on a shrimp outfit, right? For the next D goal, for September, if we complete the entire donation goal, Bloodwing has said that she will come back to be the Plinko girl in a cat outfit, as long as I get her a an adult-sized cat bed to be on. Don't go down this path? Why not? She volunteered. Is he okay? Is he not moving forward? Do a large dog bed? Fair. Guys, I don't think he's moving. I could be wrong. But he does not appear to be making Oh, no! It's a yellow chain. He ain't moving! I see. Dream decided to go for the underwater sea cables containing the internet and destroy the server from within. Good job, Dream. I blame Dream for this. You know, this reminds me, I was playing, Bloodwing got me into a game called Cult of the Lamb because it had a co-op update last week, and she's out of the house till like Friday or Saturday.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Rip
now.
server, nice while it lasted.
RIP server. It was nice while it lasted. Politely and else smile.
Yeah, right? But, I started doing a solo run because she's not here. Made a new save for it. I went to Darkwood. Got broken tarot cards. Got multiple blue hearts. I touched another blue heart, and I had so much health that the game literally crashed on me. So I think everything's just crashing on me today. Yeah, right, get the coconut cosplay, exactly. Anyway, I guess that's it. I'm going to go back to editing videos. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Might be back later tonight for some DayZ, because why not? Otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one, and go operate operationally.